Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So we're out here with the 2021 3500 Sierra GMC, and we're going to go look at the interior. We've done a quick walk around the outside, so today we're going to look at the inside. So let's take a look here. So let's go ahead and start with the front. This does have power everything, very cool. I think we've gotten away from the window crank. If any of you guys are old enough to remember, you had a little crank to crank your windows up and down. Now we've gone to all electric. So you have your 4-window auto up and down for the driver window only. The other 3 do not have that. You have your window lock to prevent the windows from being rolled down by kids, or if you never mind, you want to gas out your staff. Then you have your buttons for your mirrors. So left, you have to press it, and then these buttons up, down, left, and right. You can press this button, and they both don't work at the same time. You have to do one at a time. So, and then you have your unlock and lock button. Moving on over to your controls on the left. This is your tow haul mode. You turn that over, it will go into tow haul mode. From there, you have your 2 high, 4 high, as well as your 4 low. You always keep it in 2 high when you're just out cruising, and then when you need to switch it to the 4-wheel drive system, you got 4 high or 4 low. There is no locking rear on this as the Fords have, so I'm not entirely sure if it already has that. Again, like I said, I'm not real well versed with GMC, so I apologize on that. This again is that button I was talking about in my walk around video to turn on your rear cargo lamps, as well as the little light that lights up the rear end of your truck on the tailgate. Plus and minus for your dash display lights. You have your auto, you have your parking, and then you have your headlights on. No pull out or push button for your fogs, because this truck does not have fogs. So jumping into the driver's seat, what do we have on the steering wheel? We have your horn, just your basic horn. No controls here on the right. I believe if these had controls, it would be some sort of phone, volume up and down, radio change. Again, not sure why they don't make that standard. Probably one of the safety things that I would think about is if you're trying to go down the road, why would you not have the capability of having hands free? Why would you not have, you know what I mean? Now you have to sit here and look at the dash or change, and we'll get to that. But again, no function buttons there for radio or phone. So it does have cruise control, very nice. Our F350 did not have cruise control. So the way this works is I believe this is off. This turns the system on. You would push that button. When you get to your speed, you roll this down or push that down. When you need to increase, push up. When you need to decrease, you push down as well. And then obviously this will cancel if you need to cancel out, or you just hit the brake. As far as your windshield wipers, all the way up is your highest setting. Down is just like a courtesy wipe, quick wipe, one time. Obviously up down is your turn signals. Florida people don't know what that is, so if you push this little lever up, it turns your right turn signal on. Push it down, it turns your left turn signal on. But anyhow, enough joking. Pull back, and I believe it turns your high beams on. I'm not sure. If push forward, if it's backwards, I'm not entirely sure on that. But that controls your high beams. So I believe, yeah, I'll have to turn it on and I'll show you, but we're not ready there yet. So it's your dash. To the left, you have your RPMs, and then your speedometer on the right. Up in the middle, you have your, I believe that's the oil pressure on the left. It goes to the 120. Next to the right of that is your oil temperature gauge, obviously your fuel gauge, and then your battery gauge. And then you do have a center display there that I'll go over once the truck is on. It does have a touch screen, very nice. definite upgrade from the 2009 F350. This is replacing. Has a few buttons here: your home, your phone, change your radio station, turn your radio off. Just your basic air conditioning system. No automatic controls, no left or right, temperature gauge or anything like that. Has your exhaust brake, your I believe you push that button, it also releases the tailgate. Don't have to push it twice, you just push it once, as well as your hazard and your traction control. And here we have your trailer brake control. Your plunger here, you have a trailer connected, you just push that over and that will engage the brakes on your trailer. This here increases the amount of pressure being applied to those brakes. So if you have a lighter trailer or nothing on that trailer, you would turn it down. If you have a heavier trailer, a loaded trailer, obviously turn that up. That's what that's for, if you didn't know. I'm not real techie, so I'm not entirely sure what the one on the left is. I believe that might be the new 3.0 USB port. If I'm wrong, you guys correct me down in the comments. And then you have your standard USB port in the middle. And then to the right, you have a cigarette plug lighter. Really, guys? Really, GM? Why? Why did this truck not come with a, what is it, 110, like a plug? Like, I think that's what this is for here. This is a work truck, guys. Work truck. GMC. Why? This is a work truck. That blew my mind. I could not believe that the base model work truck doesn't even have your just your 110 outlet. Like, seriously? Or 210? I don't know if it's 210, 110. Your house plug. Why do you not have that? Why, GMC? Again, I don't. That should have been standard equipment. So that's a little rant. That's going to be in my things I hate about this truck. But you guys are getting a sneak peek of that there, because that is just, wow, ridiculous. So let's shut that and we'll go from there. So let's turn it on real quick and we'll see what. Alright, so turn this truck on and let me kind of show you here. In order to turn it on, you can't just turn it. I am pushing. I mean, I'm not pushing, but I'm turning this. It goes back a little bit. Nothing. I was like, what is going on with this? Why is it not turning? You have to literally push in to start this. See it right there? You have to push in on that key in order to start it. Crazy. I couldn't believe it. So, not sure why, but okay, we'll go from there. Let's turn the AC on. It is Florida for me, so it's a little warm. My big tail. So let's go through. We've already showed you all the options there. Matter of fact, let me shut the truck off again. I do apologize. We'll let those things reset. And you guys, this must be a GMC or GM product, novelty or whatever. But our patrol cars does it as well. So I don't think my truck does it, but I don't really cared. We have the little cool little Ford thing dropping in the middle, breaking all the concrete. You know, Ford tough. Let's see what Chevy's does here. Their gauges go all the way to the top and back down. Woohoo! I have to give GM product a nothing. Not even a little, you know, GMC. I don't know, like a rock. You know, it should fall like a rock. I don't know. So, so the center display is pretty cool. It actually does show you quite a bit of information here. We have it currently set to speed, and I'm pushing. Why? What's going on? Why? Wait? Oh, you have to turn it. Oh, what? Oh yeah, that's right. In order to go for this display, you can't push as you would think you should. And I do apologize if I get that screen all dirty now, but there is tells you it's currently in two-wheel drive. Currently has 174 miles on it. It was driven to the department to be dropped off from South Florida, and they drove it up to delivery. So speed limit, that's pretty cool, miles per hour. Next one tells your trip and your average fuel economy. That you will sit there and push in to reset. Okay, well, I'd rather turn it to reset because I'm doing that less than I'm going to be resetting it less than I am going to be going for this option. But anyhow, another video. Trip 2. Your fuel range on this does have a 36-gallon diesel fuel tank. That is pretty cool. Obviously the 09 didn't have this. Your air pressure, your TPMS system, and it actually shows all of your dually tires as well. Pretty cool. So unfortunately, that thing's going to focus on my hand. Nothing I can do about it, guys. So pretty cool. The tires should be at 80 pounds all the way around, and they're close enough. But it does tell you your remaining oil life. If you're like me, I only change my oil based off of that. I do not change my oil every 3,000 miles, every 5,000 miles, like all these places want you to, so they can rob you of your money. Unfortunately, no. I mean, this is computer technology, right? No, I do that because that's it was Ford engineered, and that's what I base it off of. So, air filter life. Some of these may just be a dummy. This may be based off of the airflow sensor. If it senses it's getting less air, it may say that your filter is dirty. I'm not sure how that works, but pretty cool. It tells you your air filter life. Again, not sure how accurate this is. I believe our F350 2009 had this as well, and it always stayed 100%. I never saw it go below 100% in all the years that we had it. So, okay. Fuel filter life, again, it may notice the amount of fuel coming through. If it notices a drop, that it may be dirty, and it will tell you here. Your DEF fluid. Unfortunately, this truck is the new diesel exhaust fluid truck, so we do now have to have diesel exhaust. In the 2009, we did not have to have DEF fluid, so this is all new to us. I looked at the manual, and they say at half a tank, which is here, half a tank here, that it should, believe, take 4.5. No, that's what the full total amount is. So it was like 2-point-something gallons, I want to say. No, maybe it was 4-point-something gallons. I have to look back. Anywho, it said half, so we had 2.1 gallon jugs, and I was able to put the entire 2.1 gallon in, and then started this next jug when it decided to overflow. Well, wait a second. If it overflowed, why is it still showing a dot that's not highlighted? I have no idea if that's the way it's supposed to be. If it's full, but it was overflowing, so that last dot never did light up. I'm not sure if that's an issue or if that's just the way this is designed. But there's your DEF tank gauge, your transmission fluid temperature. And this does seem to run a little bit cooler, and I think some of my Ford guys have who've come from GMC products to a Ford have said that before. Like, wait a second, why do Ford run a little bit warmer? Mine stays right around the 198, 199 mark. And this, I drove this all around before I got to this point to take this video, and that's the highest it got was 142. So must have really good coolers on there. There's your trailer brake control. That's where you push the little plunger, and I guess because there's not a trailer, but you can increase your gain. That's what the proper term is called. Where I said the amount of pressure applied is called gain. You increase that by the up, down, or excuse me, plus or minus symbol. There's a minus, and then we'll keep that down to 0.5. Right now we are empty, but that is the purpose of that. So if you guys did not know that, now you do. Engine hours. I don't think this is the idle hours. Let's see. Okay, it doesn't even have idle hours on the Fords. It will tell you the engine idle hours, so this truck doesn't even have that. Why that's important, our fleet department has now transitioned to Instead of the odometer, which is 174 miles, they've now gone to the number of engine hours this truck has for tracking purposes. So I don't know, the old rule was 10 years, 100,000 miles, and that was always a rule I've always heard. Now, that whether that applied to diesel trucks, I'm not sure, but that is now the new what they track our gas or diesel. How we get diesel at the pump is we have to enter in our engine hours now instead of the mileage. So that's if that's where your department or your place of work tracks, then that's where you find your engine hours there. So next thing is you can change your units. Again, if you push the little plunger, that's how you would change that to, I guess, your Canadian. I keep saying Canadian, I got to stop doing it, but to your other countries that do not use U.S. measurements, you can change it in that last screen. So I like to keep it on speedometer. Not sure why, but that's where I keep it. And that's about it for the driver's side here of the controls. So let's go ahead and move to the passenger side, and we'll show you that side. Alrighty. Well, it was not done from the driver's seat. I'm not ready yet. I wanted to show you some features here as well. So this does have the obnoxious backup alarm. I guess being that this big of a truck, it has to have that. So I'm not going to go over that. A difference with this between the Ford and the GM products, GMC here, is this does have the plus and minus manual mode. However, if you look at the little D there in the bottom right, I am pushing up and down and nothing. What's going on? Also, if you notice here, there's no manual setting. So in the Ford, at least in my 2015, I have the option of its park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then low, and then I believe M for manual. It doesn't have that. So how do you use the manual? It does have it. Obviously, it has the up and down on the selector here. So you have to go to the, which I call low, and that's how you use the selector switch here. So let's see if it will focus on the dash instead of my hand. So if I push the down, it will go into L1. If you do the up, L2, L3, L4, L5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then obviously 10 for the last gear there. So that is how you use the manual gear, a manual setting on this truck. Now, does that mean you can drive on the road? Does that mean it's in low gear? Or is that just strictly they just combine the manual and the low to be able to... I'm not sure. I don't know if you can go full speed. I haven't tried that. That's I guess a video to come once this truck's properly broken in. I believe it's the 1,000-mile mark. But so that's how that manual mode works on this. So it's not in the drive. Again, if you try to use it in drive, it's not going to work. So we'll put it back in park. Up top here, you have your speaker for your over the phone. If you're trying to talk hands-free, which this does have. Very cool. Your basic flip down on visor, very thin. I mean, that is paper thin, and nice that it does have a mirror in there as well. So pretty cool that they've done that. So there's your speaker. Here in the center stack, you just have your notification button for, or not button, but notification that your passenger airbag is on or off. The only time that turns on is if it senses the weight of a passenger. You do have your map lights, which I believe are LED, maybe. Huh. Oh, huh. Okay. So that turns them on and off. Sorry, I'm just now seeing it for the first time. You are. So that turns it on and off. I can think when the doors are open, maybe. And this is what turned them. So they both come on. That's kind of unique. What if my passenger doesn't want the light to be on them? So that's different from the Ford. Your basic rear mirror, it's not the auto sensing. Obviously, you have to flip it for the auto or for the high beams. Also, it does not have the OnStar system, so it does not have the moonroof. Obviously, basic work model truck, it's not going to have that. So now let's get to your touchscreen. I'm not going to go for everything right this moment, but obviously it has your Bluetooth, which my phone is connected. Has your FM radio, which is only one FM. So there's not two FMs, you know. So in the Ford, if you want it, you get FM1, FM2. This doesn't have that because you set your radio stations, your favorites, up top here. So there's no need now to have FM1, FM2. You have your AM radio. I'm not even going to click on it because I don't have anything set, so I don't want it to static. And then if you hit your more button, that's it. You don't have Sirius XM in this truck. It is the bare bones truck, so it does not have XM. You can get it ordered, I'm sure. Okay. Home button will take you to your different options. So you have your audio. Again, I have my phone connected. No need to go in there. You have your settings here. You set your date and time, your language, your phones, your Wi-Fi setting. We don't have the Wi-Fi on board, so you would use your hotspot on your phone. Again, why go through? Anywho, you have hotspot already. Why would you put it broadcasted for your truck? But your display settings, you can turn it on and off from here. If you didn't want the brightness of that, if you wanted to go into ninja mode, you can do that. Sounds. If I wanted to turn the beepy on, it would tell me that it's on or off. Favorites. You can do the number of, you can do up to 40 of your favorite radio stations. That's quite a few. Wow, pretty cool. So should be definitely not enough issues there of radio stations and stuff. I don't even think there's 40 stations on radio, but let's see. And then you're about, I don't know what that is. I'm not even going to deal with it, but that's, I guess, the radio. And then you have your apps. Obviously, you can turn on or off your Apple CarPlay, your Android Auto, phone, vehicle. It does have your rear seat reminder. I guess if it senses, again, weight, I'm assuming, that will ding. That is for people who have left their kids in the back seat who have ultimately perished. So they do now have where if it senses weight, I am assuming is how it works. Or if the area seatbelt is plugged in, I'm not sure how that works, but something obviously tells that there's a kid or something in the back seat. So rapid heat, this is going to be, I believe, for cold environments. We're in Florida, we don't have that. So I believe that will go into high idle for your truck. You can actually turn the chime up or down. That is pretty cool. On the Ford, you cannot do that. Even my truck, I can't do that. My 2015 lighting control here, vehicle locator lights. That just tells you when you hit the unlock button on the remote, it will come on. It obviously is on. Your exit lighting, you can set that for up to 120 seconds. Quite a bit of time there. I just got it set for 30 seconds for now. Your power door locks, you can auto lock all of your doors or auto unlock them when you open the driver's door or shut the motor off. I believe is how it works. Let's see, you can obviously flash your lights, honk your horn for locking or unlocking, and then you can set where all the doors unlock. And then your teen driver, I'm not going to go for any of that. So, and then down here on the right, it will tell you how many bars are on your phone. Again, my phone's connected. Your battery life for your phone does not tell you. It just has the gauge. It doesn't tell you the percentage, and then the temperature outside as well as the time. A little bit small. I'd rather have the time up in the middle, top, I believe how my truck is, my 2015 Ford, but they put theirs in the bottom right. So just getting used to Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. I am going to do a separate video on that because there was supposed to be a feature that I thought we were going to get on this truck that we did not get. So we are going to do a separate video on that. It looks like if your trailer has the brakes, trailer brakes, or because I do not think this works with just your small utility trailers, but you can actually cycle for all the lights and make sure your lights are working. Pretty cool. I do like that feature as well. Your camera, it's a backup camera. It also has the projected turn, so it turns with your vehicle where it projects your vehicle will go, so to avoid hitting a pole or something like that. And let's see, I'm not sure what the trailer, oh okay, there you go. So that actually has the line for hooking up your hitch. I was kind of wondering about that, why it didn't have that. Ford automatically has both your grid lines as well as your black middle line for your hitch. However, it doesn't turn like this does, but it didn't have it, and I never pressed that button, so I just figured that out. So that's how you get your grid line to hook up, to line up with the hitch. I do wish that was a wider, fatter line maybe, or even a darker line. Obviously, as you guys can see, that's what it looks like for me. That's how far, that's pretty much up to my face there, and you can see you can just barely make that line out. So I don't know if there's a way of making it fatter. I doubt it, but there you go. So there's your grid lines there. Again, I wish they'd go for a different color, maybe even a little fatter of lines to see that just a little better. Like I said, you see that from my face. That's my viewpoint, and you're a little bit closer than my eyes are. So we've already kind of gone through these buttons. You have your home button, you have your phone button. This changes the radio station, or I believe it cycles through the radio stations. This controls the fan speed, controls the temperature of inside the cab. We've already gone for all the buttons. Again, I'm not entirely sure, or obviously I know what that is, but that is your basically a Jake brake on your big rigs. They do now incorporate that into your smaller pickup truck diesel motors. All that does is it uses the exhaust gas to slow down the motor, which then slows down the truck. So this doesn't make the cool Jake braking noise as the larger trucks do, but it does have that function. So that's about it. Again, we're just, this is the base model. So a little bit of storage up top here. Not sure what you'd put in there, but you can put some storage in here. For those that are looking for a way to mount your light bar, this is going to have a light bar on it. It's going to have the Whelen Liberty 2 from the F350, since that is not that old of a light bar. It is going to be transferred, obviously with a different mounting bracket. You have a little bit of distance here to mount your lights. So imagine, probably not right here because of the electrical, but just below that is a flat plate that they are going to probably end up mounting the light bar switch that was in the old truck as well. That's all going to be transferred into this truck. So there is space there. They can also, I think you could probably mount it to this part here. You just got to be careful of obviously not going too deep, as your transmission hump is right there. So and all a vinyl floor. This will have some sort of mats in it. Again, we haven't gotten them yet, but we'll have floor mats put in this truck, and it's already a little bit dirty. So all right, let's go ahead and look at the passenger side as well as the rest of the features of the interior here. Alrighty, so looking at your interior, this does have vinyl seats. It is a very nice looking vinyl. That is not the El Cheapo flat vinyl that the F350 had. It actually looks like leather, has the stitching like leather. I mean, it looks like leather, but obviously it's not. It is the vinyl. So pretty nice big center console with your 2 cup holders, more storage options here. Oops, sorry. And obviously a place to put your cell phone. And then you can flip that up. Has a pretty decent clocks here. Not big enough for a, we use the metal document holder clipboard. It is not going to be big enough for that, unfortunately. So a little bit of stuff storage here, ID or what do you call it, some way of hold like checkbook or something there. Very nice. This is all padded. Hopefully that will last. The Ford, and I'm going to do a video of that as well before it gets sold, of how many years of abuse and how many miles stuff it had on it, and the how it held up. So you flip that up, that does turn into a, I would call it a jump seat, or your third, because it does have the ability to hold 6 people. It will never hold 6 people. Obviously, by the time we start adding the light control, you're not going to have any leg room. But so it does flip up and has the seatbelt, but it will never be used for that. Pull on this little doohickey here, and it will fold back down to your center seat. I do love that this is not a bench seat. They consider it a bench seat, but it is not a bench seat. The Ford, we still have an employee who likes to ride with the seat at, like, I'm dramatizing it, but it's almost like a 75-degree angle forward. It was horrendous. So every time he would ride, the passenger rode in the exact same position, and we always complained to him, look, I'm not comfortable. This is not a comfortable place to be sitting. So, but very cool. I wanted to show you that as well. So let's move on to the back seat. Alrighty, back seat. We have your window control. No heated. Does have some deep pockets here, map pockets. Does not have the back of the seat pockets. I do believe our Ford did, but this truck does not. And pretty cool. Have your headrest, and wait a second. Where is where's my cup holder? The heck? GMC. Do people not sit in the back with cups? Oh, well, I guess that's your cup holder, guys. What the heck, GMC? Why would you not have something here that flip down, or even here that pulls out? Even on the floor, you don't even have a place to set your cups. Like, what the heck, GM? So yes, if you get the bare bones work truck, you're not going to get any type of rear storage, or not rear storage, but even cup holders. You're not going to get cup holders back here, guys. So just keep that in mind. You do finally get the rear vents. That apparently is new. GM products never had that, from what Big Truck Big RV said. So they did now finally incorporate vents for your passengers in the rear. At least that's the least they could do for them. Not to give them cup holders. If you flip the seats up, you do have quite a bit of room in here. That is one thing that I do like about this compared to my truck. Now my truck has the rear seat storage underneath the seats that you can lock. You can pretty much put a rifle there and lock it, feel pretty secure with it. This doesn't have that. This does not have any type of storage underneath the seat as far as this truck goes. The Denali, it may. So you're asking what that box is. We'll get that in a second, and I'll show you what that is. But both these seats do flip up. Obviously this side has a little bit of less room. I'm not sure what that may be. That's just the anchor point for the seat, as well as the tire changing kit. That may be the jack. So there's no way of locking this in the up position. It just kind of is like I don't know, hydraulically locked, or just simply pull it down. You just literally pull it down. So that's it for that side. So let's go on the other side, and I'll show you what that box is and what it looks like from the other side. Alrighty, so the other side, again, same thing. You have your power window, you have your flip up, simply pull up, and yes, it does have your bottleneck jack there to jack up the truck. And then that is currently where we have our storage for Dun, 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 dun. That comes, if you get the gooseneck package, it will come with your ball, as well as your 2, not 3, or excuse me, 4 of the tie down points. Again, I'm assuming that the fifth wheel package is something different, but this does come with this is the gooseneck ball kit. So that is what that is. That is a GMC provided factory gooseneck. So for now, we're just gonna put that right there, and it's not too bad. Like I said, tons of room back here. Yeah, tons of boxes and stuff that you wanted to not get wet, you can put back here. It is not a problem. So good amount of space. Also doesn't have the hump there for the transmission. So very cool. So if you flip the seat down, again, it for the most part, that box is it's visible, but it's not in the way or anything. So alrighty, this is the passenger side, front passenger side. You do have your window control. It is not auto, so you have to sit there and manually hold it. Your lock and unlock, as well as more door pockets, more of your fox leather, as they call it. And I'm not going to jump in here, but pretty good amount of storage here in the front. You can put some documents there if you need to, as well as your glove box, and that is our insurance information there. So it does include a not sure what that one's for. I think that's to hold your the sleeve in, the adapter sleeve, the reducer. So obviously don't leave a reducer without some sort of pin, or it's going to fall out, and now you're out to your reducer. Now you're going to have to buy it either aftermarket or buy an expensive one from the dealer. So guys, that is it for the interior tour of the 2021 GMC Sierra 3500 work truck HD, whatever you guys want to call it. There's not many videos out here, not as depth as mine, especially the interior video alone. This has got to be up over 20 minutes. So I'm providing everything that I wish I could find, I could not find on YouTube about this truck. So you guys are getting it full in depth here. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'll leave my contact information in the description, and I do reply just about every comment as I try. And if I don't know the information, I will try to reach out and figure that out for people who've asked me questions. Like, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one, guys.